Hey, y'all, watching the England Scotland game, about 52 minutes in, 53 now, I guess. And as I had expected England to have most of the game. That's been the story of the game, most of the ball during the game. They also have a lot of territorial advantage. They're playing in the Scottish defensive third, England's offensive third. But their structural patterns have looked pretty, but without causing Scotland too much harm so far. Um, and it's hard to say any England players having a bad game. I mean, Harry Kane, who's supposed to be the star player, is being managed very well by the defensive three for Scotland. They have three centre backs, five across midfield, and two up front, and the structure is really serving them well so far. But I do think at some point, hopefully in the next 10 to 15 minutes, before 70 minutes, I think if England wants to win this game without having to push every player of the players on the field up front and exposing themselves for a Scotland counterattack, I think they're going to need some individual brilliance type of player. And I'm thinking two guys who are on the bench right now. And they could score with these and win with these guys without making a change. But if I'm the assistant coach to Gareth Southgate, or I am Gareth Southgate myself, I think this game is really screaming for Jack Grealish and Jadon Sancho. Guys who are going to come on, be unpredictable, do something innovative and inventive, break away from the pattern play, which has allowed England to keep the ball very well, but not been very effective in cutting Scotland open enough times. They had some good times in the first half. John Stones hitting the post after 11 minutes, and then after 12 minutes, Mason Mount also fluffing his lines with a chance right in front of the 6-yard box, 6-yard area in the box, right in front of the goalkeeper. He mistimed his kick, and they've had several other decent opportunities, but nothing to speak of, to write home about. Scotland will feel very encouraged by what they've done so far. 55 minutes without having too much of the ball, but they do okay with when they have it. They do okay with it, but without having too much of the ball, Scotland is giving England their run for their money right now, and it's going to be interesting to see what in-game tactical shifts, because I don't think Scotland have another card to play. They're playing their card and it's working, and they could score. Oh my God, Che Adams couldn't. So Scotland is playing their card. They're sitting deep and try to push England back and by running behind and beyond. And England so far haven't been able to break through their low block. And let's see what the English can do here. But in my opinion, this game is really crying out for an improvising, just maverick type of player for England. They could still keep their two central defensive midfielders if they wanted to, but maybe just change the wings, change the two city boys. Sterling won the game in the first game for England, and he'll probably play more games going forward. And Phil Foden didn't do anything bad today, but I would change those two guys, change the right wings and the left wing, and have a go at it and see what happens, between 70 and 85 minutes. And then if you still need another goal, then you can throw the kitchen sink in the last 5 minutes. England don't really need to win this game, but I think they would love to. So I'm interested to see what Gareth Southgate does. And I'm hoping that he is brave and just takes Grealish off the bench, takes Sancho off the bench, let them go and run at them. Maybe even take out Declan Rice and play the kid from Borussia Dortmund next to Calvin Phillips. Play Jude Bellingham and Calvin Phillips, and then have your back four sit and protect the back. Like have him not go too far beyond the halfway line, and just manage with the front six players. That should be enough to beat Scotland. Let's see what he does, though. Let's see what he does.